In this MMS Tech Byte, I will be going over how to set up the page layout area in the student and parent portals. This is the first of 6 Tech Bytes on this setup operation. This setup is done in MMS Generations, and we find the operation by clicking on School Management Jobs, Operations, Set Up Parent Student Portal. We can see here on the left all the different areas that we can set up, and we're going to focus on this Tech Byte on the page layout area and then also the accounts and the Student Enrollment Packet. Before we get started though, I want to switch over to the parent portal and show you all of the different areas that are available to you. And in the page layout area, the school can actually determine what they want to have for wording in the documents. So for example, I have behavior here. That's our discipline area. So you can choose whichever name would be appropriate for your school. So like I said, we are going to focus on the page layout area, and that's what I have selected here. We have all of these different areas that we can determine or to change the wording or how we want things to display. So the first is biographical, and rather than put biographical, I choose to enter in my database personal information. We also have on each of these screens here a place where we can define a description for that page, and we have one here for personal information. So I'm going to flip back to my parent portal. I'm going to click on personal information, and here you can see my page title. If any of the information below is incorrect, click here to notify the administration of the change. This is completely up to you on how you want that information to read. While that's loading, we're actually going to go back and continue with our setup. So you can enter in hyperlinks to an email or to a different web page. And that is not Chuck Pickens' real email, just saying. I wouldn't do that to anybody. And there are some formatting tips here. The next is attendance, and this area here is for daily attendance, and I choose to call it daily attendance. You can use whatever term that is in your school's definition of terms that your parents are familiar with. So I don't use school events, but that is here. We have the school calendar, we have our daily history, and here we have a hyperlink to another area. I think it's on the school's webpage. And then we have the year-to-date daily attendance totals. So these are the drop-down menus under the daily attendance, and I can put whatever wording I want there. Next we have class attendance, and there are 2 areas under class attendance, which actually falls under the All One tab for the daily attendance. So let's go and take a look at that in our parent portal. So if I click on daily attendance, I can see the 2 items here for the class attendance. And again, for each of these separate pages, we can define an area or a description, just another way of communicating the information to your parents. Then we have our discipline, and as I said before, rather than having discipline, I choose to call that menu item behavior. And again, this is a link going to my Pretend Schools discipline document on the school's webpage. Next is scheduling, and scheduling, we actually had a call from a school asking about this, and they were a bit confused. This is actually the student schedule for the current school year that is active for the parent and student portals. And so rather than put scheduling or schedule, I put student schedule, so hopefully that will tell the parents exactly what is in there. And the last area that we can set up for is grade reporting. And rather than grade reporting, I choose to put report cards/transcripts, but they will be able to see report cards, transcripts, transcript tests. So that is if you are licensed for the assessment module, the SATs, PSATs, and so forth. That's what the assessments are. Or you can create your own for state assessment tests. And then we have our skills report card menu item, and then our standards report card. Now, the two other areas that I want to talk about in this Tech Byte come under Accounts and School Enrollment. So if I click on Accounts, this is if you are licensed for fee accounting and you have the lunchtime added module, so that this will enable your parents to be able to go and pay into their students' cafeteria account, and also to make payments using debit or credit cards within MMS. And the fine folks from Lunchtime are going to provide you with that hyperlink here, the URL for that. And this is where that would be entered. And likewise, the Student Enrollment Packet is something relatively new for our schools. It is a product that is produced by the fine folks at School Office Pro, and they again will provide you with a link for it. The cost is very minimal for schools to start using this, and you will work with School Office Pro to set up the forms for the information that you want your parents to be able to enter for their students. So this will be a wonderful time saver for you for entering in all that new student information. And that concludes the information for this first Tech Byte in the series of 6. We hope you found this Tech Byte information informative. Thank you and have a great day.